share screen, and I'm going to go to my screen here, and then y'all should be able to see my teams. Can you see my teams?
Yes.
It looks like a classroom, says never quit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is my pharmacology class that I got going on right now. And I'm going here because the last video that I did, and normally this is what you see when you use Meet Now, like we're doing now, it finishes when everyone hangs up. And what ends up happening is it starts to download. And it downloads naturally into what we call Microsoft Stream, because that's how the platform has it set up. And here's the big problem. Most of our students do not have the paid versions of the Microsoft. And this comes with that. Or what they're using to view won't run Microsoft Stream. So what I've done is I've taken it and I've given them another option, because like I mentioned yesterday, we've got students right now who are working 18-hour shifts, who's got all their kids at home and this and that. So they can't always attend live lectures. So when I record them, and so now they're like, Miss Scalf, I can't see that lecture. It won't pop up. I've tried everything. So what I've done is I'll take here and go to the ellipses, and it says open in Microsoft Stream. So hopefully y'all can still see my screen when it loads.
Yes.
Okay, great. It says Microsoft Stream, and then it's a picture of Pharmacology Part 5, yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is my lecture that we were talking about different things that day, and you'll see 3 more ellipses here, and then it's going to say download video. And I'm going to write, okay, let's do it. So now it's downloading it to my computer. And then here's where you get to be use a YouTube star. So you're going to come and you're going to make your own YouTube. So basically all that means is you've made an account. Okay. So I've got 15 subscribers. Woohoo! And how you get to this is just like you make any other account. It'll say sign up, you'll put your information, that sort of thing. I had actually already had my account, and I just kind of hooked it up here. And how you're going to go eventually, how you're going to go about it, because it's like the home. It starts off, which you can see what I've been searching, and then you go to your videos. Your videos is basically the videos that you've uploaded, and you're going to do that through something called YouTube Studio, and it's already there. It's free. So I'll click on YouTube Studio, and then from here it's going to show me the last one that I did. It's going to tell me how many people viewed it, so forth. It gives you the analytics of it. But this is what you want right here. Once you have it, it's going to say upload video. I'm going to pull here, and then I'm going to take so remember where I downloaded this, and I'm just going to drag it. And it's automatically, and I can name it whatever I want. This is Pharmacology Part 5. And then we'll say routes of meds, and then we'll put MT. And then you can add, I like to put little, because that's just me, I like to add little pictures to it. So I can go over here to Google. Oh, if I typed it, it'd help. And so I'll get a little picture. He's cute. I'll download that, save the image, save it to my desktop. Now I'm going to go back over here to my channel. So I can upload this, give it a picture, right? So that's what they'll see. this, and you can put as much description in this as you want. Um, Basically, and then as it continues to upload, it's going to ask you about your audience. So is this made for children or is it not? I always put not, because you don't want some kid running across a lecture and, if we're talking about sexually transmitted diseases or something. So I put no, and then I clicked to next, and then it's telling me once this is completed that I'll be given more options. So now I can either make this private, I can unlist it where nobody can see this unless I give them the link, or I can make it public. And usually I'll go ahead and make mine public. That way that anybody who's there can watch it. And then the last thing you'll do is publish it. And it's still processing. So I'll go ahead and close it out, and closing it out doesn't affect it. It's still going. So now I can come back to the videos that I have. So you can see here that it's up, it's in process. It's 0% processed. But you can look at something that's kind of neat about having the ability with the YouTube. Okay, so I can go back and look on these days. I remember for a fact when we started digestive system, everybody's like, Miss Goff, I can't work. I got to work. I'm not going to be able to make it. So I posted this, and I look back here, I had 42 views. So not only did my students go back, some of them went back and rewatched it.
Yeah.
And so this one, I know the second part of the digestive system, nobody wanted to miss it because they had a whole bunch of questions. So I had a lot of people show up, but I had 9 people who weren't able to show up. So they come back and they watched it. So, and then, so you're able to see who's viewed it. If they have any comments, you can enable comments or you can disable comments. You can go here to, I'm trying to see, I don't have any comments, but if they liked it, if they disliked it, it says all that right here. And so say I want to post this, how I would post it is once again, the ellipses on where it says my video, because I'm in my studio. So say I want to post this, I'm going to get a shareable link right here. It's automatically, for me, it copies to my clipboard. For you, it might copy, it says copy and give you a thing you have to highlight and click and copy. But for the way my computer's set up, it's automatic. So now I'm going to go back to Teams, and so let's put this in here. So you can, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can either use the YouTube and add it this way, or I was teaching Mr. Montes this, Control V is how you paste something. And so it automatically links this. And so what I do is, and then you'll, if you want to make it important, you have this option of clicking the capital A, and you can click the exclamation. Now it says, hey, this is important. It gets their attention when they're looking. And then you can put something like, watch this now. And so and then you can post it. And so it posts on there, it lets them know, and it tells them, hey, this is important, I need to watch it. And then they can also come back here and they can leave comments. And like my last, see, this is it from here. But one of my other videos, I'm trying to find it, but I had a bunch of different comments that we had put, because everybody was just like, oh, I didn't know this and I learned that. So you're able to go back, read their feedback, and see what they have to say. Now then, the next thing that I do, and I don't know, y'all can see me, right?
Yes.
Let me see if okay, let's see if I can get you to see my phone. So what I do is I have WhatsApp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have YouTube on my phone as well. So I can go to YouTube and go to my channel, right? That's the same one. I can get that link, share, and then I can send it right here via WhatsApp. So I can pick which class. Is it going to MA 20, this one or is this one? And bam, it's automatically on WhatsApp. So now they can watch it on their phone, they can watch it on their Kindle, they can watch it, they can even cast it to their TV. So they don't have to have a computer. They're not limited to a certain device. And from what I found, that's really been a big help for a lot of the students, because so many of them were just like, I don't have the time right now because of kids and work to join the lecture, or B, I couldn't get that Microsoft stream to play. And so YouTube's friendly on any device. Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Now, what do you do? I mean, obviously you're putting time and effort into your videos. Do you link questions, or not maybe link, but do you ask questions on your SurveyMonkey?
I do. So let's go back to this week's their SurveyMonkey. See more. So this in here, it says explain the pancreas is vital in maintaining blood glucose levels. Well, part of my lecture specifically talks about this. And then, and I'll even tell them that. I'll even tell them, hey, here's your answer. So they know if they want the answers, all they've got to do is go back in and watch. Now, this class is excellent. I haven't had any trouble with this class keeping up and doing what they want to. My other class, my pharmacology class, I really have to make sure that I put trickier questions in for their SurveyMonkey. Like I'll even ask, let's see if I can remember parts of it. Let's see. Oh, like I specifically talked about what would be most common, like with injections for MA, and then we talked about in the lecture, doses and stuff like that, and basic things like that. And then I we went over in the lecture, the few that I had with me in that lecture, we went over and talked about, and they asked questions. So that's how I kind of pick these questions. But you can really make it centered directly to you, like make it tricky, like what was I talking about, this or that. It could be something, completely random, or something like silly, like, what color of shirt was I wearing? Something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so far I haven't had any problems. I've had everybody.
In addition to that, Ms. Galf, I know that with your participation, one of the participation choices is social media. Yes. This is something that you can also utilize, because if they are watching, and you're looking at the analytics, and obviously that they are participating in SurveyMonkey, because now that the questions that they're answering are specific to your lecture. Correct. Then now your participation is going to go up, because they're utilizing the social media platform to watch your videos or engage with you. Have you noticed that that's also what's helped you as far as your engagement?
Yes, especially, like I said, especially with this class, there's so many of them, and a lot of them are parents and scheduling different work and things like that. And ever since I've started giving them this extra way to view. I've had some of them tell me, I even though I was with you in the lecture, when I was laying in bed, I rewatched the lecture, so I could go over and this and that, and or it helped me, like I tied some of the exam that I had
Mm-hmm.
in with my actual lectures. So it's really I make it so that they have to at least view the lecture. They're going to need to at some point in time, or they're not going to have the information to either do A, the Survey Monkey, or B, some type of quiz or exam or something like that. And then I had mentioned before, every single day, I make my students do this, and I know a couple of you do as well. And they have to send me not only their answer, but the done screen every single day. So all I have to do is go through WhatsApp, and as long as I see, and I always send back a smiley face and a thank you. So all I have to do is run down there real quick, and I can see who's turned in their Survey Monkey, because I can not only do I see the answers, and if they try to send me the done screen, no, that ain't cutting it. They got to go back. They got to show me answers too. So that's little tricks I've learned.
Wow. I am amazed. I am absolutely amazed with this. And this just shows why your engagement is where it is, and why I rarely, if ever, see any of your students on the LDA. So
I like to think of it as being tricky, but fun.
Absolutely. And that's what especially online, we got to find tricks and hacks and everything in order to be able to engage our students. So I am going to open this up to Q's and A's, because you've got Miss Scalf. We've got at least almost, it's still a little bit before 11 o'clock. I know some of you joined the 11 o'clock session for training with Ms. Gillen. So let's utilize the rest of the time to pick Ms. Scalf's brilliant brain, and ask her questions or further questions about utilizing YouTube or any of her other practices. And come on, let's really not be quiet at this time. This is for your benefit as well.
Is there a cost for the YouTube?
I have a question.
Or is that free?
It's all free.
Oh, cool. Sounds good. That's my type of price.
Yes, it's mine too.
Thank you.
Ms. Scalf, I
Uh-huh.
love this. I have a question. So if I were to change the settings to private instead of public, how would that work? Do I have to send them an invite, or just the link itself will do the job?
Just the link.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know not everybody wants people peeping through their like, because some of my lectures will get all, y'all can go back, and watch them, and with my ADHD, we'll be talking about something and be like, oh, squirrel, but then we get right back on topic. So yeah, you can make it private, and as long as they have the link, they're able to join. And that's why I know everybody uses like some type of phone media and Teams, because you really need both. And I know that I send that link to both of them. So there's no getting around them saying, oh, I didn't get that, And Mr. Yates?
Yes, ma'am. Love the presentation. The recording that we're doing today, is it going to be up on, where's this going to be so I can rewatch it? Because I was doing good up to the point of uploading the video to YouTube, which I already have the page, but I got kind of lost in there somewhere. So
yeah, no problem.
I'll just watch it again.
What I'll do is I'll actually take it, download it. I'll post it here in the morning chat, and then I'll download it. I'll upload it to YouTube, and then I'll post it in the Orlando Teams.
Perfect.
Excellent. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And if you want, Ms. Scalf, you can actually, aside from doing that, send me the actual link, and I can go ahead and blast it to Instructors FCC Orlando.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just do that.
Okay.
That's perfect. That's you. Okay, anybody else? Oh, how do you put pictures?
I have a question, if you don't
Yes.
mind.
No.
Can you do it the opposite way, like record on YouTube first and then put it on Microsoft Teams? Would that be a little bit easier?
Here's the problem with that. If you do it that way, you have you are live on YouTube. So that means anyone who's on YouTube, if they're scrolling around and they see a live stream, they can hop in. So you can't, I haven't figured out a way around that. So I don't want that.
But you know what? That might work that might be more enrollees. Just kidding.
I know that there's some in the gamer community, we call them trolls, and I like to avoid the trolls.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? No. I didn't hear you. Is that you, Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, hi, do you hear me?
Hi, I hear you now.
Oh, thank you. I noticed you had a video with Kahoot. Was
Yes.
that something that can you share a little bit about that? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll share my screen again real fast. Hold on one second. Let me go back to my Teams. Let's see if this works. Can you see my Teams again?
Yes.
Okay. I have I've made my Kahoot. So, and I've probably got about 60. So what I've done, hold on. And so all of these are mine. So my students I put this so they have access. They can find me at any time. So I have one for micro, and you can assign these, say vital signs, phlebotomy, hematology. I almost said a bad word. I
love the phlebotomy picture. I'm sorry.
Oh, I try to put, what I try to do is, so like they go here. So say you want to, the option you have is you can either teach it where they join live and you can teach each question as you play, or you can assign it. And so what I like both options. Both options are fun for them. So, but I try to keep it like the skeletal system fun. So I try to keep let's see, I want to assign this. So you can assign the date and when to start and how you can randomize the answers and, put a note to them. Or you could teach it. So when that happens, I hope you can still see my screen.
Yes, we can.
It starts up and then it tells you just like the regular, hey, do you want to play the classic version or the team mode version? And so they're able to go through there. I'm trying to think. This is from Texas, but what I found is that our NRCMA is very similar to their national, the test that they have to take through the NHA. So I've got about 15 of these different, and they're basically all the test questions from their certification exam that they'll take. And I allow them access to this to play with that. But in my post, you'll see that nope. There we go. Their challenge is telling you they got 75% time left to play the digestive system challenge. And then at the end of it, let's see, like last week, our digestive system, we had these 3 that were our top winners and they scored the highest, and then tells you who comes in runner up and that kind of stuff. And they always get mad because with the challenges, they can only play it once. And they're like, oh, I could have done better. And then they always send me screenshots because they go back and play it. And they can, and actually the thing that's fun with Kahoot is they can actually, they can challenge each other. Outside of that, you can go to, I don't know how many of y'all, I don't want to take up too much more time, but if you go to Kahoot and the students can give each other their own numbers. So like, they're trying to get me to pay for it, but you can keep it free. Keep it free. Free's better. So say like two of the students want to play this phlebotomy together, right? So what they can do is they can come in here and say, okay, hey, I'm going to give you the number. So they wouldn't see the teacher sign because this is just for that. But then when they hit play, it'll come up with the Kahoot number and they can share that with somebody over the phone. And what they're able to do then is they can battle each other. So I actually have had quite a few of them come back and say, oh, I beat her. And they'll post me their scores and stuff like that. So it's fun.
That's awesome. That is absolutely amazing. If I had a hat, believe me, it'd be hats off to you for what you have done and the level that you have taken this to. And again, that's the reason that we see the engagement and the participation that we see. Questions?
I'll post this, and if anybody ever needs any help, I'm here. I don't mind.
And here's the thing, let's say that you need her to go back to the basics of even how to create a YouTube, how to create the Kahoots. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's going to take. We need consistency, okay? I know that some of you do maybe one live lecture a week or one every other week. Miss Galf is constantly doing live lectures weekly. And now her students, that's the reason that now you see the amount of views that she has on her videos, because they expect it from her. It's like, okay, such and such date I got to be on, but if I can't be on, it's okay. At least I know now where to go and look for it. And my Survey Monkey questions, that's what's going to be based off of. So either way, I'm watching her live, non-live lecture, if you will, and they can still go back and say, okay, Ms. Galf, I saw the lecture, I'm not understanding X, Y, and Z, and now she can have that one-on-one with her students, which then she can go into participation and put social media or phone call or email, because all of that is trickling down from the video that she just uploaded. But again, it was based off of a live lecture. So the more consistent, the first day you may have, out of 20, you may have 4, okay? The next day, people are gonna start talking, you may have 6. Second week, 10. And then all of a sudden, you're gonna get the majority of people joining your lectures because they're gonna know, oh my gosh, I can't miss this, because there's going to be a lot of pertinent information, or at least I know now if I'm working where to go, and I can call Miss Galf, right away. So
and that's been I've had so many students tell me, giving me this option, and they literally, I had one student break down in tears and she said, I didn't think I was going to do that. I really thought I was going to have to, because I know I signed up for day classes, but since COVID happened, I'm forced to work. I'm the manager. And she said, I have most of my staff out at the store I work. So I'm working doubles and triples and this and that. She said, you having the video there. So giving them that flexibility, being, fluid with the students and working with them. Yeah, I think it's made a big impact with them as well too. And they're just like, y'all, and I was even telling them, I was like, the school is allowing us to do this. And they're just like, hey, this is awesome. That they're giving us these options, and they're not for, because a lot of them are still very scared and coming back and that kind of stuff. So they enjoy it. So it's all about, like you were saying, flexibility and fluidity.
No, absolutely. And this is going to actually go hand in hand with what you're going to be receiving later on as far as the training with Ms. Gillen, when she talks to you about residential and virtual labs. Because if they decide to do virtual labs and you're teaching a virtual lab, we have to get very, very creative on how to do a phlebotomy virtual lab, so that the students really understand, all of the objectives that they got to learn when they complete the class. All right. So again, I totally get it. There might be some of you in technology, it's one of those things, it's a love-hate relationship. Believe me, I'm one of those people. So, but it's a matter of playing with it and experimenting, just like you've done. And I'm sure that's how you came across all this stuff, trial and error, until you figured out what worked best for you. So it is recorded. She'll send me the link. I will go ahead and send it out in an email. But if you want further, one-on-one, I know Ms. Scalf, just get with her first, please, respect her time and schedule that with her and let me know. That way I know what it is that you're trying to do or attempting to do, so that, again, we increase engagement and we increase attendance. Anybody else have a question before we adjourn? Questions, comments, or feedback? Let me just put it out there.
Great job.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Awesome job, Ms. Scalf.
Thank you.
Great
You are a
job. Thank
Y'all
super
make me
user.
blush.
All right, Ms. Scalf, any last words that you want to leave with the team?
No, I appreciate everybody's feedback, and trust me, there's been several things I've learned from Miss Rodriguez and listening, and several of the other instructors. So I think all of us working, as a team, and I can say this because y'all weren't there when I first got there, and I know some of y'all been around before me, but when I first got there, it was just like, ooh, and it's gone. It's just total night and day. And then the team, and even, believe it or not, I feel like the COVID has brought everybody even closer together, and even more. I feel closer to most of y'all, because some of y'all I was scared to talk to, and now I feel like everybody's all friendly and nice and everything like that. So I think sometimes good things come during bad, things like that. So, but I appreciate everything that everybody's doing.
Absolutely.
And if you need me, I'm here.
Totally agree with you. We are very thankful.
Thank you.
We are very, very thankful for you and for sharing your time. And as I said to each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, I will be sending the link out. Do not hesitate. This is a best practice. Please make the most of this training that Ms. Scalf took the time to create for each and every one of us, so that we can see the difference in our classrooms. All right. Okay, so I will go ahead and let y'all go. That way we can prepare for those of you that are going to join the 11 o'clock.